23rd, 2025. Last night, I stayed up too long. I went to bed around 3:30 a.m. To be fair, I was playing games with my friends, and it's the most fun I've had in a while, but I need to set my bedtime earlier. And after that today, or yesterday, I said I was planning on studying while we're playing games. No studying happened. It never does. You really need to set yourself a time to study. You can't just combine it with other things if you want it to be, effective. And I woke up this morning at 1:15. I don't know how long that is, but slept longer than I should have. But I rushed myself to get ready. I remembered to shave. Felt confident today. One thing I do need is a haircut. Well, today, normally I say I need new clothes, but I was wearing, my favorite shirts today. Feeling confident. Do need a haircut though. Work was super fun today. Albeit tiring, but some really funny things happened. I'm a tutor. One of the little girls that went on vacation, she comes back. She's like, "You've probably been wondering where I've been." And I was like, "Yeah, were you on vacation?" She's like, "Yeah, I've been on vacation in China. It was actually really fun." And she's like, "Do you have my homework?" And now she was singing that. Another kid pops up behind her, goes, "Oh!" And then another kid pops up behind him and goes, "Oh!" I don't know how to explain it. I think maybe I'll draw it. That'd be funny. And then there was another kid today. I was drawing a lot today with the kids. It was very fun. But one of the kids, he says, let me give you an eraser. Let me put an eraser in your pocket. So he puts it in my pocket. Then he acts like a cop. He's like, "Sir, do you have an eraser? Do you have an eraser?" He's pointing a gun at me. And then he shoots me a bunch. Like, he planted evidence on me. I don't know how he knows these things. He's like 5 years old. So it's in his high-pitched voice. His voice is pretty raspy. It's really cute. But in terms of what I've accomplished today, sometimes it's easy to forget about your goals when you're having fun. And if every day was like that, then I wouldn't really push for my goals that much. But at some point I'm gonna be feeling regret when days like that are rare, like today. So I'll be wishing I started and I'd focused. And it's fun when you start focusing. You really just gotta get in that groove. It's crazy how much just getting in the habit of things will, how much easier it makes it. Going to the gym, I'm just naturally going to the gym at this point. Recording this video, it's already my habit. I've already plugged in I have my old phone to play music. So I charge that every time because it has 10 minutes of battery life, so I get 10 minutes of music. Yeah. What have I done today? Well, it's 9 p.m. I've been awake for 8 hours, but only 8 hours. But those 8 hours have been pure, no lazing about. I've already ate one meal for the day, used the bathroom, worked 5 hours, gotten ready. So, I don't have much left to do. It sucks because I woke up so late. If I'm gonna make good use of my well, I think about it, you get 16 hours of wake time. If I go 16 hours from the point I woke up, I'm staying up till like, I don't know what time in the morning. Can't be healthy. So, I don't really know what to do. Maybe I'll take a nap. That might be good use of my time. To get some sleep, but, reset my schedule at the same time, but not waste so much time on sleeping. I don't even know if I'll see. But tonight, I want to do, I'm going to draw that little scene I just described earlier. I think that'll be really cute, really funny. I could actually, describe it better if I, the picture. So that's my, artistic goal out of the way for the day. I do want to draw more. Because that's what I want to do. I want to be an architect, so I need to get in that habit and get in that groove. Really, that's all I need to do. Well, it's getting in the groove and building that maturity. Like in math, they have math maturity. Like you just start seeing things that you previously wouldn't have seen just because of the experience. You're maturing as a mathematician. That's what my math teacher says. I'm not all that good at math, so I'm not calling myself. I'm not going to be no mathematician. I want to be an engineer. Not too much math. Compared to what they have to do. I noticed something today. Well, I'd forgotten to eat breakfast, and while I bring my food to work, I eat one meal there. By the end of work, I'm actually pretty hungry. I don't like to be hungry very often. One of my habits I have, I don't know if you'd call it a habit, but something about me. When I get nervous, or I guess when I'm just not feeling well, makes my eyes tear up just a little bit. It just makes me look awfully sad. I noticed that. Well, when I'm hungry, the same thing happens. I don't want to sound like a fatty right now, but I think it's more of like a psychology thing. Because I think one of the saddest times of my life was like a year and a bit, like 2 years ago now. I was just starving myself. I thought I was fat. That's not really what, I had no problem with that. I could do that pretty easily. I could gain weight and lose weight. It doesn't really affect me that much. But it's more like the emotions I was feeling during that time period, like the hate I had for myself. And I think, there's also times like when I just didn't feel like I'm good enough. I always put eating off, to do other things. So I think, it just gave me like a little feeling of that, I guess. I associated those two things in my mind, but not feeling well and, not eating well. I don't know, this is just something interesting to think about. But what do I want to do today? I want to draw, that's for sure. It's my turn. I want to draw. I'm working out right now, so that's also my physical goal. I'm gonna need to pop in the directions soon enough, but this video's going to end. And for my brain goal, I just have to study, man. I'm not doing well in the studying. Finding it hard to study. I think it's because I'm not giving myself those time to study. I'm not doing well with that. I'll turn left here. I want to see what this sign says. I don't do this often. I gotta check out my I was curious about this. I want to go to this. There's an event. I think I'm gonna go to that. No, there's a movie showing in a park. It's The Goonies, one of my favorite movies. So, wow, I'm glad I checked that out. Maybe I'll actually go. Oh, there's an association here. It's like in a colonial style house. It's actually really cool. And maybe I'll draw that. Maybe while I go to the movie, I could draw that house right there. Yeah, I'm making plans. This car's stuck in the middle of the street up here. A little bit scared. Oh, I told my friend I'd be there 9 minutes ago. And I forgot about that. I guess. Yeah. Definitely, I think closer to the end of the night or start. You know, once I get back from working out, I'll either, get on a lot later so that, I actually give myself time to study. So, because when you're talking to your friends, you kind of you want to be there. You want to talk to them. So that's the end of today's video. I think 5 of 7. So that's it for today. Check in tomorrow.